I'm going to send it to Roger just so he can laugh at me or whatever.
He's going to say I stay at my window. They're looking good. And you just put them in there. Are you going to put it fiber on? Yeah,
all right, guys, here we go. So minute 70, Uruguay up 2-0 in Barranquilla. James not playing a good game thus far. For Colombia, been absent thus far in the midfield, taking on Luis Suarez and Cavani. Cavani scoring the first one for Uruguay. And then Luis Suarez in the second half, if you're just joining us. La Celeste up 2-0. Round 3 of the World Cup qualifiers. Right here on YouTube, David Miguel. You can follow me on Twitter at David Miguel 330, at David Miguel 330. Also on Facebook, David Miguel. Colombia will play Ecuador on Tuesday in round 4 of the CONMEBOL qualifiers. Many consider these qualifiers the most difficult in the world for the region. Uruguay in complete control right now in this match in Barranquilla, in a game that started at about 82 degrees roughly, with lots of humidity here at Torreira on the ground. So 2-0 in favor of Uruguay. The match getting away from Colombia right now. Round number 3. So here's one more look at the foul. Torreira going down. And Colombia trailing 2-0. So Luis Diaz picking up the yellow card here after the foul against Torreira. Here's Godin. Bentancur. Uruguay looking for the third. And it will be a throw-in for Colombia in this match played in Barranquilla, the home of Shakira. Here's Mojica. Had a couple of nice runs in the first half, but in the second half, not doing much. Here's Cardona coming on in the second half. Here's Suarez. Suarez with a shot! And it's in! Uruguay! Goal! Uruguay in complete control, 3-0. And it was the sub, not Suarez. Uruguay up 3-0. As expected, Uruguay playing completely relaxed here in the second half. Here's Queiroz. Can't believe it. Uruguay. Here the embrace. Cavani with the embrace. The shot from about 25 yards out. Ospina just part of this work of art from Uruguay. Laying down the hammer here in Barranquilla. Historic victory for Uruguay. The shot to the far post. Ospina usually unbeatable from that range, but here Uruguay in complete control. So with this result, Uruguay going to move up in the table. Fantastic finish here by La Celeste, as they're up 3-0 in this one. Surprising, complete shock among the players of Colombia. Cuadrado not really doing much. Uruguay, just the perfect scheme designed by Oscar Tavares, the longtime head coach of Uruguay, who led them to a 4th place finish back in 2010. And they also qualified to the quarterfinals of the last World Cup, always getting the most out of his players, using the same roster up front for several years. And here, Uruguay now just buying time. So we enter the 74th minute of play. Colombia just, from minute 5, when Uruguay went ahead, never really could recover. Here, Jefferson Lerma picking up the yellow card. Queiroz going to have to do a lot of changes possibly for their next match against Ecuador in Quito. Another difficult rival of two neighboring countries between Ecuador and Colombia on Tuesday. So a total of 3 yellow cards now for Colombia in this one. The last time Uruguay winning on Colombian soil back in the qualifiers for 2010, coming up with a victory in Bogota. That match was in the Colombian capital on a goal 1-0. 1-0 victory for Uruguay. And this one, here's Cuadrado playing from the back. Here's Jerry Mina, the former Barcelona man, now playing in the EPL. Zapata looking to fight against Torreira. Here's Betancourt, the foul here committed by Colombia. Now just a desperate act. Cardona picking up the yellow card. He's got to be careful out there, making a big appearance here. They may use him on Tuesday in Quito. The last time they played against Ecuador in Quito, of course, Cardona picking up a goal in that one. It could be a key piece for Colombia in their match against Tuesday, in a match that looms very large, especially with this result here. Uruguay up 3-0. Watching the game with some friends here, and I told some friends that Uruguay looked closer to getting their third, and they sure got it. There's Martin Cáceres, and Suarez now has come off the pitch. Going to relax for the next match against Brazil for La Celeste in round number 4. And then we'll have a long break after round number 4 of these qualifiers in CONMEBOL. As we approach now, minute 77 of this one in El Estadio Metropolitano. Of course, no fans in this one due to COVID regulations. But Uruguay in complete control. If I was Tavares, I'd probably take out Cavani too. No reason for him to be out there anymore. And save him for the next match against Brazil. Another classic. 2 former World Cup champions in round number 4. So a bad result here for Colombia after getting a good result against Chile in round number 2 after picking up a draw in Santiago. But now they're going to have to go look for points playing as visitors in their next match against Ecuador. But they fared very well in Quito. One of the few teams from Latin America who's played very well playing against Ecuador and Quito, beating them in the last one by a count of 2-0 and putting a big damper in Ecuador's qualifying hopes en route to the 2018 World Cup. So we'll see that interesting match between Ecuador and Colombia on Tuesday in Quito. So free kick now for Colombia, Cuadrado. So Núñez actually the goal scorer on that third goal by Uruguay. And Arrambari will come on now for Uruguay, the team coached by Oscar Tavares. And Cavani, as we said, should come off, and he is. Cavani, one of those snipers up front for Uruguay. Just you give him a chance and he's going to score. So Edinson Cavani coming off. Of course, Cavani missing the first 2 rounds of qualifying and making a big mark in this one for La Celeste. Here's Cardona, the ex-jugador, the ex-player for Monterrey in Mexico, now playing for Boca Juniors. We'll see what he can do here. Here's Cardona. Cardona, the shot! The intent here by Lucho Diaz, and it'll be a throw-in for Colombia. Minute 79 of this one, Uruguay. If you're just joining us, getting the first goal by Cavani. Then in the second half, Luis Suarez and Núñez picking up the third goal for Uruguay. A historic victory for the 2-time world champions. And, if you're playing in CONMEBOL, it's just really hard when you are one of the, middle-of-the-road teams. Colombia, a team that has fared very well the last 8 years, but a big loss. And this one against Uruguay, they're going to have to pick up 3 points against Ecuador on Tuesday if they're going to continue their road to Qatar 2022. The Ecuadorians, of course, picking up a 3-2 victory yesterday in La Paz. Now have 6 points. Colombia will stay with 4. And Uruguay is going to have 6 points now also with this one. And they're going to pass Ecuador in the table with the differential of +4 after beating Chile 2-1 on Matchday 1, losing to Ecuador Matchday 2. But here with 3 giant points in Barranquilla, so a place that's difficult to play for many teams. But Uruguay faring well the last 2 times playing on Colombian soil, picking up a draw, 2-2 en route to the World Cup in Russia, and also now winning 3-0. So we'll see what Uruguay has in store against Brazil. Brazil playing later tonight against Venezuela. Here's Arambari. Nunez. Uruguay looking for their 4th. Here's a cross. Torreira plays it back. Cáceres. Morelos. Arambari. Here's Diego Godin, one of the veterans on the roster for Oscar Tavares. Cuadrado. Jerry Mina. So, the 81st minute of play here for Colombia. Still no score for Colombia. 3 in favor. 3 goals for Uruguay. 0 for Colombia. Minute 81 here. Just a stunner from Barranquilla. According to the Vegas Sportsbook, Colombia was favored by half a goal in this one, but Uruguay in complete control thus far. Here's James. Cardona. Just well defended here by Uruguay. A complete block. A wall set up at the back by Uruguay. A team that, when they're in front, difficult to penetrate their defense. Here's James all the way back. Arambari defending James. James with the cross. And Martin Campaña, one of the stars of this one, coming out easily, taking control of the 18-yard box. And that looked like a penalty earlier, committed by Nunez, but the referee missed it. We play on, minute 82. Alongside Bunny Cakes and Amparo Pajoy, making the food here for the broadcasters for this one. Free kick again for Uruguay. Uruguay, one of those teams that when they play on the road, they play perhaps better. Not one of the teams that has to rely on their results at home to qualify to the World Cup. A team that just full of veterans, Godin, Suarez, Cavani, the same guys. And then, of course, Tavares always inserting new players and getting this done today without Federico Valverde, the man from Real Madrid. And it not even a blemish for Uruguay here. Just laying down the hammer against Colombia. Intercepted by Colombia. Nice ball. Here's Diaz. Here's Morelos with the cutback. Defended by Godin. Here's the shot, and it's off the mark. Oh. Nicely done here by Morelos, but Diaz here, the shot off the mark, just unable to put it on target. And Uruguay can smell this one now. Friends from all over the world here watching the broadcast. So today, Ospina, nothing he can do on any of the goals. Not his fault. David Ospina returning to the starting lineup in this one, but Uruguay just outclassing Colombia in this one from the get-go. Minute 5, getting the goal by Cavani. And then Suarez on the questionable penalty kick, but nonetheless a goal that Uruguay just not really allowing Colombia any opportunities after that. Campaña making a huge save at the beginning of the second half on the header by Duvan Zapata. Here's Cardona. $5.20. 5.20. Intercepted by Uruguay. Uruguay in the midfield. Here's Godin pushing forward. Uruguay looking for their fourth. Cuadrado gives chase. Local announcers talking about how Uruguay just playing a short, compact game, and it's easy to do that when you go up in the early going of this one. Minute 5, Cavani just setting the tone, and then they're just rearranging everything Colombia wanted to do. When you're chasing a game for basically the entire match, difficult to beat a team like Uruguay, who's just so organized in the back. You know, guys like James just not really doing his job up front today. Falcao out today. Really missed up front for Colombia. Here's Cardona. Maybe giving Cardona a chance from the get-go against Ecuador could be a good omen for Colombia. The last time they played Ecuador, of course, Cardona getting the start. And he, along with James and Cuadrado, playing a big role in the victory against Ecuador en route to the World Cup in Russia when Colombia picked up the 2-0 victory in Quito. Here's Uruguay on the attack. They give it away. Mojica. Mojica again. Uruguay with their whole team behind the half-field mark.
A veces se confían mucho. ¿Qué pasó?
All right, guys, I'm going to sign off right now. This one's basically done. Uruguay up 3-0. We're going to do Chile-Peru in just a little bit here for the Clásico del Pacífico in just a little bit. So, signing off. See ya.